a cat or an elemental or a nightmare or a dinosaur or beast, it's a Sphinx. Let me just bring that card up. It's a Sphinx. So he's worried that he can't play it on his deck. Now the thing is, when you board it in on the second and third game, you can choose not to declare your companion when you bring this into the deck. Then you're in the clear. Alright, so that's it for our TED Talk on companion, as Luigi was bringing up his concern to me. But yeah, so let's look at Kevin's first deck. Oh, it's the Esper Yorion, which I played before. It's still a very good deck, although he's up against a mono red, a very classic mono red. Thoughtsy is a very bad start for Kevin, because now he's down to 14, plays an irrigated farmland, and Scott looking really good right now, because he's gonna go in for 4. Passes the turn. All right, I think he's holding up lightning strike, or maybe I'm not sure, because the other lightning strike was already taken out, so he took 2 instead of 3. I guess fair trade. Passes the turn, so I think he's holding up Omen of the Sea, Sun, Omen of the Sun. All right. So Kevin might stabilize next turn, if he can get this right. So Scotty Zev, and he's going in. I think that's, oh no, that's not haste. Oh, very unfortunate. So he's gonna negate the 2 life, the 2 damage from the Scorch Pitter, and brings in 2 humans, and he's going to chop block. Yeah, I believe he's going to do that. Yep, blocks both of them, and they both die. And I believe he's going to pass the turn. So Scott in a very dangerous situation right now. Cracks the Fabled Passage. He was looking good earlier, but now Kevin was able to stabilize with just that 1 Omen of the Sun, gaining 2 life and of 80 cards. I think he's gonna bring in Teferi. He might bounce the Kariza because it doesn't have haste. Bounce. So he's going to draw a card from it. And there's a Supreme Verdict as well, so he's looking really good right now. There's a shock to deal with the Teferi though. Seems pretty good. He also has a Lightning Strike. Plays Ramnap Ruins. One of the good cards as well from Amonkhet's. So it's basically a shock on a land. So deals 2, since everything, hold on. Stop. Because it's sorcery. So you have to make 1 spot. As long as it's very so you have this. All right, that was a little bit of confusion here because Scott is a fairly new player in Magic. Had to clear it up. He tried to cast both his lightning strike and shock at Teferi. Well, one, you can't do that, and two, that's overkill. So he might as well cast it on his opponent. So we had to fix that issue. Right, cast Kari Zeb. Lightning strike again. Kevin might have a response. Omen. Yeah, we got Popo. Gonna be an acting judge for our featured match. Because I believe Scott is having a little bit of brain cell overload from the happenings. He's not very familiar with the cards. So down to 4. Passes the turn. Kevin responded with Omen of the Sea. He can still turn this around because he has a Yorion. Supreme Verdict on the Karizev. So it's gonna deal with the Karizev. Passes the turn. So he just did a board wipe on one creature. Maybe he didn't have anything else on his hand. So there's a Fabled Passage. He can make his deck thinner. Alright, Scott is cutting his deck into 2. Making sure the shuffle is complete. And there's Tari right there. Our set, Harder Veils. So Scott is reading the card. So looks at the top 4 with the -2 activation. So he has a Thought Erasure and Oath of Kai. Alright, that's a better card. You gain life. So Scott needs to find a way to finish him in the next. That's a Goblin Chain Roller right there. Goes down to 3. Narset to 2. Ooh, has nothing. Oh, that's a Thorbrand. Alright. I guess he could have slammed it earlier. Fortunate. Alright, Yorion is going to exile his non-land permanents, and they'll come back at the end step. So look, Kevin looking to stabilize right now. Right, plays a Godless Shrine at end step. They all go back. So it goes up to 5. Makes 2 tokens. And scries 2. Draws a card. He can actually get the Omen because it's instant. He still has 2 open mana. Gets a Thoughtseize from the top. Passes the turn. It's like Scott is slipping away. Draws a land. So he has a choice. He might have to slam the Thorbrand. Oh, all right, all right. Activates the Ramonap ruins. Kevin down to 3. All right, Oath of Gaia dealing with the Chain Whirler. So going in with the Yorion and the 2 soldiers, goes down to 14. Takes down Narset. Gets a Teferi as well. Oh, looks like Kevin is about to turn things around. So Teferi, this is the synergy of the deck where Teferi is going to make a loop. He's going to bounce Yorion and then he'll cast Yorion again to bounce all of his permanents, and it's going to create a loop every turn. So virtually he's gonna have like infinite, like deal 3, gain 3, gain 2, make 2 tokens, scry 2, draw a card, and looks at the top 4 with Narset. So that's what the deck does. Yep, bounces Yorion. And I believe he's going to pass the turn. There's the Sword Spitter. So it's going to activate wait! You can't draw! You can't draw. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's the combo. So he has a Gaia Reach Sanitarium, which gets him to... Mo discard ka, Scott! Mo discard ka card. Yeah. That's how the card works. So in response to Scott's casting the spell, oh my god, and there's the Fatal Push. Yikes. Goes in for 2. Not dead yet, but it's in for a lot of hurt when that Yorion comes in. There's the Dovin's Veto. Yep, he's gonna get that just for insurance. In case he gets a burn spell. Takes up the Fairy, which doesn't matter. Not really. So he's gonna leave up the Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Yep, he's gonna flicker them back. This is very painful to watch if you are the red player. Hee hee. Goes down to 9, goes up to 9 for Kevin. Gain 2, makes 2 more tokens. I believe that's going to be lethal next turn. And scries 2 from the top. And draws a card. Passes the turn. I think he can even do the draw step. He doesn't even do it. There's a Steamkin. Runaway Steamkin from the top. End step kills the Steamkin with the Fatal Push. And that's 4 8s. Yeah, he's dead. He's going down to 1. He's gonna bounce the Oath of Kaya. Draw the card. Yep, he just bounced Yorion for efficiency. Looks at the top 4. So he's basically never gonna run out of cards. He's basically dead, but yeah, Kevin is just rolling through the motions. So casting, he's gonna bounce. So they're going to game 2. Right, Mountain passes the turn. Yikes. Not sure. I think there's a Steamkin on his side though. That might be very good. Alright, Castle Embereth. Ooh, into Stomp main phase. Alright. So Scott might be playing around counter spells because he saw Dovin's Veto earlier. So that's another light up stage. Yeah. All right, Runaway Steamkin. Doesn't have a land for the turn though. Can be very dangerous if it goes off. But I think Kevin has the answer for that. Trial of Ambition. So he's forced to sacrifice a creature. And that is the Runaway Steamkin. Passes the turn. There you go. There's the second Stomp, down to 16. Light up the stage. All right, that's a good play. There's a Mountain and Karizev. He's already played a land, so he has to pass the turn. So Scott not playing, not waiting to just play the Stomp on his opponent's turn, but he actually needed the synergy of that light of the stage by dealing damage to Kevin. Alright, Thought Erasure. So basically a Thoughtseize, but for 2 mana, and he gets to Surveil. So that's a Goblin Chain Whirler, Thorbrand, and another light up the stage. Takes out the Chain Whirler. Kevin dumping the Esper Conquers Death. Doesn't find a land. Plays the Mountain on exile. So I think he wants to cast the Karizev, passing the turn. Oh wait. Oh, Fervent Champion. All right. It's been a while since we've seen that card. Back for 1. Second main phase. Light up the stage. All right. I think that's a Castle Embereth. But no, it's a Mountain. It's just a Mountain. And a Shock as well. Fatal pushes the Karizev, which is the better creature. So Kevin needs a land though. Otherwise, Oath of Kaya dealing with the Fervent Champion goes up to 18. So he can still play the 5th land in exile. Alright, plays the Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, passes the turn. Yeah, they go to exile. Alright, so I think he forgot about that. It's a waste. At least the Bone Crusher Giant is a harder creature to kill. Finds the 4th land for Kevin. He has a Teferi, but bouncing the Bone Crusher Giant seems pretty bad. Alright, he might be forced to do it though. He could just tick up because the Bone Crusher Giant isn't going to deal enough. Alright, bounces the Trial. Draws a card on the top. Passes the turn. Let's see if Scott can find a way to make an efficient turn. Probably casting the 2nd Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, he is opting to cast Torbrand. Oh wow, to him. Alright. That's dealing 6 down to 12. So I think Verdict is the better card here for Kevin to play. If he has it. I think he has it though. He also has the mana to cast it. Yep. Draws a card. So Torbrand is actually still a threat. Steamkin, alright. Bone Crusher triggers the Steamkin. Putting in a counter. Going in for a lot of damage. Does Kevin have the Verdict? Alright, so he flashed. That's a huge punish there for Scott, taking out all of his creatures. And he's out of cards. And that's why Teferi is such a fair card. Dili na si Shinji, Sir Sir Haley. Yeah, I saw the comment. Dili na si Shinji. That's his friend Scott. Right, picks up the Teferi, brings out Yorion into his hand. Looks like he's about to stabilize as well. Life total not at very low rates. So he's just chilling. Scott needs to bounce back. He's only got 2 cards in his hand. Seems to be in a very difficult spot. Stomp again to Kevin. Fervent Champion. Alright. Goes in for 1. Goes down to 9. Doesn't block. Ooh, Light of Hope for Kevin on the sideboard. So this is a very versatile common card. Very interesting choice for Kevin to bring up. Yeah, it deals enchantments, it puts a counter on a creature, or it gains 4 life. So if you're expecting a lot of burn in the meta, then this is actually a good card. So it negates Probably one card for the opponent, or two potentially, like a Wild Slash and a shock. Gaining 4 life is a lot. Alright, so he flickers Autokaya and Teferi, gaining 3, dealing the Fervent, brings up Teferi again into 4. And it looks like Kevin is about to turn things around, just like the second game. Draws a land. Doesn't cast the Bone Crusher Giants. Probably forgot about that. It's just still on an adventure. Alright, bounces the Yorion after attacking. Casting it again. Hey, among kwan, lovely angel. Na bored na siya. Alright, so Teferi back at 4. So this is again going to create a loop, which he just keeps bouncing Yorion and then flickers Teferi and the Oath of Gaia, which might be the end of Scott here in this game. Finally cast the Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, but the Yorion, one of my favorite cards in Ikoria, was also known to be the busted card as well. But it was late introduced. Ooh, Trial of Ambition. Lucy Peralta, thank you so much for the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. There's a Trial of Ambition to deal the Bone Crusher Giants. And he can bounce Yorion again to gain so much value. Draws a card. Does he have enough mana for that Omen? Nope. Just hard cast it. Yep. So end step, they go back to 4. Kevin sitting at 22 health. I'm not sure how he's coming back at this point. There's the Thorbrand off the top. But I don't think it's enough. Because when it's Kevin's turn, he also has the Oath of Gaia from the top as well. Since it's flying, it's a 4/5. He can't block it. Bounces Yorion, just for good measure. Draws a Gaia Reach. Casts Yorion. Bounces everything, and that's good game. Congratulations to Kevin, winning on his first game. On his first deck.